Yeah. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. 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 Testing. Testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hello everybody that's joined into the live stream right now. My name's Graham Hill, as I'll be the lone broadcaster for tonight, or for this afternoon's broadcast of your William Peace University Pacers as they take on the Pfeiffer Falcons right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Just doing a little sound operation to make sure that we're ready to go when tip-off gets underway here inside the Herm for today's afternoon matchup between your William Peace University Pacers and the visiting Pfeiffer Falcons. Tip-off coming shortly afternoon right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Herm for today's matinee matchup in the USA South Conference between your William Peace University Pacers and the visiting Pfeiffer Falcons. My name is Graham Hill. I'll be the lone broadcaster today for this afternoon's matchup, as it's a grand slam of William Peace University athletic events that are taking place today here on campus. We have basketball going on inside the Herm, and then just outside we have softball that's in a doubleheader action. Then it's a home opener for your William Peace University baseball team as they are underway, and they also have a doubleheader this afternoon. The second game is going to be taking place at 4 o'clock. And then this afternoon, to wrap things up, your women's soccer Lady Pacers are in action at 5 o'clock, as I will be on the call for that one as well. But for right now, we are getting underway with our first contest, which is basketball here, as your William Peace University Pacers coming to this afternoon's matchup with an overall record of 2-9, 1-8 in the USA South Conference. The Pfeiffer Falcons visit here today with an overall record of 4-2. They have played nothing but USA South Conference games, and these two teams previously met this past Friday for game one of the series, which took place at Pfeiffer, as the Falcons were able to win that by a final score of 99-71, and they were able to break a two-game losing streak coming into that one. And they look to continue that today, as your William Peace University Pacers are looking to get back into the win column. And the big story for that today is going to be they have their center freshman coming back in number 34, Josh Owens. This is only his second game that he's played in all season long, as he's been dealing with a leg injury for a good majority of the season. This past Friday was his first game back, and he could be a key aspect for this William Peace University Pacers team for them to get a win today, as I'm watching him in warm-ups right now, as he's looking good so far. He's been very vocal, and you can just definitely tell that he's very happy to be back into today's game. And one reason why I say it's going to be a key part for the center freshman, number 34, Josh Owens, to be coming back in today's contest for his second game of the season, is that's the one thing that's kind of been hurting the Pacers all season long, is they've been struggling at times inside the lane. They've been struggling to get baskets down low and inside the paint. And when you add a 6'5" center into your offense, it definitely can be a key difference. And that is what the Pacers are going to need in today's game if they want to get revenge over the Pfeiffer Falcons. But right now, let's break down the visiting Pfeiffer Falcons team. They come into today's contest with a .667 win percentage, of course, on a one-game win streak, as they beat William Peace University this past Friday by a final score of 99-71. The Falcons are 3-1 at home, 1-1 away. This is only their seventh game of the season. And so far this season, they are scoring 87.3 points per game. They are shooting 47.1% from field goals, 36.6 from three-point percentage, 72.8 free throw percentage, and they're averaging about 38.3 rebounds per game, 13.8 assists per game. And they won their first three games to start the season, as they won their opening series against Greensboro, who William Peace split the series with against the Pride. And then Pfeiffer split with North Carolina Wesleyan, as they lost their second game of the series by a final score of 101-68. The Falcons did begin their season 3-0. And as I mentioned, it wasn't until that second game of that series on the road at Wesleyan that they suffered their first loss of the season. Speaking of their first three games, the Falcons reached the 90-point column in their first three games of the season. Their second loss came against Everett this past Wednesday, as they lost that game by a final score of 86-71. So this Falcons team, even though they're another team that hasn't had a lot of playing experience this season due to the ongoing issues with COVID amongst programs, they're a very heavy offensive team. And for the Pacers, that's one thing that they're going to have to control. And it's something that they definitely struggled with this past Friday, as it was senior guard number 2, Craig Sapp, who scored his 1,000th point for the Falcons in their 99-7-1 victory over the Pacers. So you got to give credit where credit's due. You got to congratulate this senior guard for scoring his 1,000th point. That's a big accomplishment for his career in his final season. That's definitely been like no other for him and his teammates. And recapping that game this past Friday against the Pacers, the Falcons only led 48-40 at the half. Senior guard number 1, Jerome Savory, led scorers with 18 points as he went 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from long range. And then senior guard number 4, Jamal David, had 17 points, hitting 3 shots from long range. And then it was freshman forward number 42, Dorian Miles, who registered another double-double for the season, going for 12 points and 10 rebounds. And then finally, sophomore guard number 24, Brady Dudley, also had a career night, hitting 3 three-pointers from behind the arc while scoring 9 points. So those were the key players for the Falcons in that victory over your Pacers this past Friday. And then the Falcons overall went 32 of 60 from the field, 10 of 25 for three-point shooting, 25 of 28 from the free throw line. They racked up 7 offensive rebounds, 28 defensive rebounds, 35 rebounds in total, and had 13 assists, 14 steals, 3 blocks, 7 turnovers, and 19 team fouls. So as I mentioned, this Falcons team, very offensive hitting as they have a 20-man roster in total. And the Pacers are going to have to look to slow things down. Against them this afternoon if they want to split this series and pick up their 3rd win of the season. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll break down your William Peace Pacers matchup in that previous game. And then we'll have tip-off coming here shortly from the Herm as you're listening to William Peace University basketball right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Pin? You need an actual pin? Absolutely. Absolutely. Good luck, man. No, you're good. Welcome back inside the Herm for today's USA South Conference matchup between the visiting Pfeiffer Falcons and your William Peace University Pacers right here on the Pacers Sports Network. And for your William Peace Pacers, this should be their final regular season game, where they're talking to Coach Shields and his staff. They are looking to schedule some more opponents hopefully this season. It's going to be interesting to see who it is that they're able to schedule, if they're able to find anyone else that'd be willing to play, which, if I'm being completely honest, I'm sure there are plenty of teams out there that are still looking for opponents that would be willing to travel here to Raleigh. I'm sure the Pacers would be willing to travel on the road just to get some more reps in, just to get some more game ins before their respective conference tournaments. So I'm going to say this should be the regular season game, but with it being 2021, you never know what could be the case, so we'll have to keep that in check. But for your William Peace Pacers, let's break down what they look like coming to today's matinee matchup against the Pfeiffer Falcons. The Pacers entering this game with a .182 win percentage, .111 win percentage in conference play. They also come into this game on a 5-game losing streak, unfortunately. The Pacers are 1-4 right here inside the Herm, 1-5 on the road. Their last win came on Sunday, January 31st against Greensboro College by a final score of 93-92 in the second game of that series as they split the overall series. And keep in mind, that was a 1-point game that the Pacers were able to win, and that's been a story for a lot of this Pacers team, as a lot of their games have been right down to the wire. They've been neck and neck, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as the broadcast goes on. But the Pacers overall have only split 2 series this entire season. One was against Furman the first 2 games of the season, and of course against Greensboro. The Pacers have lost 3 series overall and have not outright won a series this season. 5 games this season, the Pacers have lost within a 5-point margin. 3 games they've lost within 3 points, which is pretty interesting. And I know the Pacers come into this matchup with a 2-9 overall record, 1-8 in the USA South. But that record doesn't really reflect just how tough this team's been competing. And it just showed, as I mentioned, 5 games where they've lost within a 5-point margin, 3 games where they've lost within a 3-point margin. So this team has been competing, to say the least. And during warm-ups, I was really looking at the team. They still have lots of energy. They're still communicating. They're still chatting it up with each other. They're not just going through the motions, as you would say, through warm-ups. They're still looking like they're ready to come out and compete. And for Coach Stokes, Coach Shields, and Coach Battles, that's all you can ask for this team, especially with it being the final game of the regular season. In their game this past Friday, let's break down the recap for your Pacers as they suffered a 99-71 loss on the road against the Falcons in the first game of the series. WPU started off with a 16-5 lead. A few forced turnovers closed the gap to a 21-17 margin in favor of the Pacers still. That's been one thing that's hurt the Pacers a lot this season, is they have not been able to control the turnovers that other teams have forced against them. That's going to be a key component in today's game as well. The Falcons were able to tie it up at 21-21 apiece. Darius Jackson, though, with a couple of turnovers that he forced himself, and a couple of wide open layups would help regain a 28-21 lead, but the Falcons retook a 34-32 lead late in the first half. And then it was all Falcons there for the rest of the way, especially in the second half, where the Falcons really blew that game wide open. Cole Atwood led the Pacers with 13 points. Donnelly, Tyrell Jr., and Tequan Whitmore each added 11 points themselves, and the Pacers shot at 43% from the field, while the Falcons, of course, shot at 53%. The Pacers grabbed 31 total rebounds, but could only convert 10 second chance points. So the Pacers were able to get a lot of rebounds, which can create second chance opportunities. Unfortunately, they just were not able to capitalize on a lot of those second chance opportunities, so that's something they need to work on today. And for the Pacers, they had 27 turnovers, 25 team fouls, 26 points in the paint, 4 fast break points, 7 steals. And that pretty much sealed the deal in that loss against the Falcons. So my 3 key components for the Pacers today, if they want to win: you have to control the turnovers, you have to rattle this Falcons team a little bit more, just as they rattled you in the second half, and you just got to have high energy. You do not know for sure if this is your last regular season game on schedule. It should be, but the Pacers, as I mentioned, Coach Shields and his staff are looking to schedule more games, but just in case they cannot, For all you know, this could be your last game of the season, so you just have to come out and play with your heart's content and just do the best that you can to pick up a win here inside the Herm and split another series. The starting lineups for the two teams. First, for the Falcons, you're going to have 6'1" senior guard number 1, Jerron Savory, 6'3" number 2, Sean Scott, 6'6" go up and cannot convert on their first bucket. Junior guard number 11, Donnelly Tyrell Jr., sophomore guard number 12, Jalen Owens, and then finally number 21, sophomore guard Bo Bryant. As the Falcons are able to score first, Pacers have the offensive possession as the ball was knocked out of bounds, and so they'll take over at center court. Bo Bryant will pass into the backcourt with Tyler Parton, who will bring it up towards the right side. He'll signal the play. Tyler Parton now hands off to Darius Jackson. Jackson over to Bryant. Bryant looking. He goes to Donnelly Tyrell Jr. at the top of the key. Junior back to Bryant. Bryant driving in from the left side. He'll make a defender jump. He'll pass back out. Tyler Parton now goes up for the three-point shot. As the shot clock expires, it does count, and Tyler Parton is able to get the Pacers on the board with a three-point shot. The Falcons racing right back on the other end. They turn the ball over. That's their first turnover of the game. Pacers get it back. Parton coming back up at the top of the key. He'll pass to Bryant. Bryant fake the swing pass. He passes to the right side to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. driving in from the right side. He'll pass back out to Parton. Parton, another three-point shot is up, and it's good. The bank is open for Tyler Parton as he has both the leading scorers right now for the Pacers, and the Pacers are able to cause another turnover, so the Pacers are red hot to start this game as they have a 6-2 lead with 18-18 in the first half. That's the one thing I was talking about. The William Peace Pacers are going to have to rattle this Falcons team, and so far they're doing a great job as they've already caused 2 turnovers of just 18 minutes, or excuse me, 2 minutes already played here in this first half. Although they just picked up their first turnover, here come the Falcons. They drive in from the right side, and it's going to be an offensive foul that's going to be called against number 2, Sean Scott. That's going to be his first personal. The ball is going to come right back to the Pacers. And the Pacers are playing excellent basketball right now. You cannot ask for a better start right now as they're going to get the ball back. As it'll be Bo Bryant taking it out from the far side. And it'll be Tyler Parton bringing it up the court. Parton gets a pick from Bryant. Bryant has the ball now through a pass from Parton. Bryant goes down to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. hands it back off to Bo Bryant. He puts up a three-point shot. It's good! Threes all day long for the Pacers as they now have a 9-2 lead. And this Falcons team just does not know where it's hit them as the Pacers are just coming out and taking punches to start this ball game. Three-point shot taken for the Falcons. It's no good. They get an offensive rebound. They go right back up. And a foul is going to be called against the Pacers as it was number 42, Dorian Miles, taking that ball up. And that foul is going to go against Donnelly Tyrell Jr. That's going to be his first personal. So 2 team fouls already for the Pacers. Or excuse me, 1 team foul each for both teams. As Miles will step up to the free throw line, and this is going to be the Falcons' opportunity for a bucket for the first time since their second offensive possession as Miles knocks down the first free throw. And I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I did say that the Pacers had to come out in this game with lots of energy just because it could be their final regular season game if they are unable to schedule any more opponents this season. And so far they've done just that. They're causing turnovers. They're getting good looks from behind the arc. And that's been another thing that the Pacers have been struggling with is three-point shots. That's what they rely on for this offense. And for a lot of their games, it just has not gone their way. But so far to start this game, they're getting everything they want from behind the arc, and they look to keep that going as they get the ball right here. Jalen Owens, or excuse me, Darius Jackson at the top of the key. He hands off to Bo Bryant, and Bo Bryant just throws it away to the Falcons bench. So that's another turnover against the Pacers. That's only going to be their second. The Falcons with 3, and they're going to get the ball back. Haith bringing it up from the left side. He's going to be matched up by Owens. Haight able to get away from Owens. He goes up from the right side. Great block there by Jalen Owens, I believe, made the contact there. Pacers get it. Tyler Parton bringing it up. He's looking for a screen. He finds it. Now driving in. Mismatch situation there. He'll back out. He'll pass to the right side to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. loses it. Parton's able to pick it up just before it went out of bounds in front of the Falcons bench. Parton redirecting the play. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pacers have to get a shot up. Parton will just pull up from the construction side across the street. Can't get it to go. Falcons come up with a rebound. Falcons pushing the tempo. They come up for a three-point shot. Off the mark. Pacers get the rebound. Parton bringing it up again. He'll slow down the tempo a little bit. He's matched up one-on-one. He'll move to the right side. Great spin move as he'll drive into the right. Thought about taking another three-point shot. Instead, he passes off to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. redirecting the play. He passes back to Parton. Parton driving in from the right side. He goes up. Can't get it to fall in. And the ball is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay in possession with the Pacers. Now we're going to have some substitutions coming up for the Pacers as Taquan Whitmore will check in for Jalen Owens, and number 24 Cole Atwood will check in for Bo Bryant. And now Todd Parton's also going to check out, and number 3 Aiden Callahan's going to check in for your Pacers. Same starting lineup for the Falcons. 9-4 here in the first half, 6:01 to play. Pacers getting ready to take it out from the baseline as we had a clock issue. Refs will talk it over and get it sorted out. So far the Pacers shooting 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from behind the arc. The Falcons are shooting 1 of 5 from the field, 0 and 2 on their three-point attempts. Pacers looking to extend their 5-point lead. Cole Atwood, he'll pull it for a three-point shot. It is just a little bit short off the mark. And now the Falcons will bring it up. David at the top of the key. He's matched up by Callahan. He'll pass that off to the right side. As it will be Sapp with it. He lost it. Falcons get it back. Savory will pass over to Haight. Haight will pass over to the corner to Bradshaw, who will take a three-point shot, and he's able to knock it down for his first bucket of the night. Pacers bring it back up. Aiden Callahan passes into the corner to Cole Atwood. Atwood takes a shot off the mark once again. Falcons come up with a rebound. Haight bringing it up for the Falcons, left side. He'll pass to the center of the key. Well, they'll pass back out. Haight will take a three-point shot, no good, but they're able to get the rebound underneath the basket. They'll pass back out to Haight. Haight had a wide-open shot. He decides to pass over to the right side, switches court. Well, it will be Savory who will take a three-point shot. He can't get it to fall in. Now the ball is on the ground. And it's going to be a jump ball coming up. Five rebounds so far for both teams. As we're going to have a timeout called on the floor with 14:54 to play here in the first half. Your William Peace University Pacers lead the Pfeiffer Falcons by a score of 9-7. We'll be right back with more action right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Welcome back inside the Herm here on the Pacers Sports Network. Your William Peace University Pacers lead the Pfeiffer Falcons currently with a score of 9-7. The Pacers jumped out early to a 6-2 lead off a couple of three-point shots by Tyler Parton, but the Falcons are able to close this margin just a little bit off some offensive rebounds. That's another thing the Pacers cannot allow on these offensive possessions as one-and-done opportunities as they turn the ball over once again. And now the Falcons are run away with it as an alley-oop attempt was made there, and it was just a little bit short for Savory. And the Pacers are able to come up with it as they'll now bring it back up the court. Callahan, wide open shot. He'll take it from the three, off the mark. Bo Bryant down low is able to get the rebound. The Pacers are able to score on the second chance opportunity. That's what the Pacers need to do more here in this ballgame as they retake the lead by 4. 11-7 with 14-15 left to play here in the first half. On the other end, the Falcons go for a shot as it was Savy, or excuse me, it was Haith going with, or David going with it, I should say, from the right side, and he was fouled. And that foul is going to go against Aiden Callahan. So that's going to be his first personal. Second team foul. And now Jamal David will step up to the charity stripe for two free throws coming up. As the first one bounces off the back of the rim and falls short. As Tyler Parton will check back in along with Smith Gutton, Aiden Callahan and Malachi Borders going back to the bench for your Pacers. Both teams right in range with each other as far as rebound goes. The Falcons control the rebounds margin 7-6. But Pacers so far have been doing a great job of getting rebounds and crashing the boards on these behind the arc opportunity shots that they're getting. And they got to continue if they want to extend this 11-8 lead. Tyler Parton, top of the key. He'll pass out to Bo Bryant. Bo Bryant, three-point shot. Bang! It's good! Bryant with the hot hand right now as he's able to knock down another three for your Pacers. Falcons coming up. They pass to the right side. They go back to the top of the key. They're looking for something. They'll drive in from the right side. They go up. They draw a contact. They're going to say he traveled. That's going to be a turnover going against the Falcons. That's going to be their 5th turnover of the game. This is going to go back to the Pacers. Bo Bryant passes it in to Tyler Parton. Parton bringing it up. Falcons playing his own defense right here as they are able to get a steal now as it's Scott on the breakaway. He'll go up to the right side. He misses it on the second chance opportunity. David is there at the right place at the right time to get the putback and score for the Falcons. That now makes it 14-10 with 13:20 left to go here in the first half. Parton hands off to Whitmore right in front of us. Whitmore gives it back to Parton. They go back to Bryant. Bryant back to Parton. He drives in from the left side into the key. They pass back out to Whitmore. Whitmore drives in from the left side. He passes back out to Parton. Parton switches over to Gutton. Gutton three-point shot is short. And the Falcons come up with another rebound ball and deflection. The Pacers almost get it back. And the ball was just taking some bounces there as it finally fell into the hands of Savy of the Falcons. But a foul was called. And that's going to go against Cole Atwood of the Pacers. That's going to be his first personal. (14-10) here in favor of your Pacers. The Falcons will take the ball out right in front of the Pacer bench. Coach Shields in his 9th season, assisted by Jamal Stokes in his 2nd season, and Stats Battle in his 1st season. Would love to close out what should be the last regular season game with a win here at home and split this series against the Falcons as the Falcons pulled up for a 3-point shot. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to come back to the Pacers. For the Falcons, they are led by head coach Peter Shuck in his 3rd season. He's assisted by Terrell Baines, Trey Barnhart, and Kenneth McCam. And the manager for the Falcons is Hank Connor, as they would love to just get another win here, as they have not gotten as many games as they want to this season. But they would love to extend their record overall to 5-2. Also in conference play as well. Tyler Parton just picked up his first personal foul on the offensive end, so the ball will come back to the Falcons. (14) foul now for the Pacers. Only 1 team foul for the Falcons. Falcons bringing it up now. As it'll be Bradshaw. He'll pass off to the right side to Blayton. Blayton will pass over to the right side to Sapp. Sapp will now switch courts. Blayton will have it again. He goes down low where he gets it inside to Miles, but Miles is going to be called for an offensive foul. And the 6'6" freshman forward, number 42, Dorian Miles, is going to be somebody that this Falcon team should look at on every offensive possession, as he really just has the height advantage over everybody. Well, number 4, Jamal David, who's 6'6", a senior guard, matches up with Dorian Miles in height. So 2 big guys for the Falcons that they're going to have to look at inside the arc as the Pacers turn it over on the offensive side. Falcons bring it up as they're just going to drive to the left side. So it's going to be Miles going up with it from the left side, whistle blown. As it was DJ Bradshaw who was able to come up with a steal against the Pacers. And it was Tyler Parton who picked up his second personal foul. And with that, we'll take another media timeout. We'll be right back as your William Peace University Pacers lead the Pfeiffer Falcons by a score of 14-10 with 11:52 left to go in the first half. You're listening to Pacer Basketball on the Pacer Sports Network. Back here inside the Herm on the Pacer Sports Network, this game has opened up into a heavy hidden fight between these two teams. A big offensive battle as both teams have just been going back and forth, taking some chances one another, as it's going to be number 42, Dorian Miles, stepping up to the charity stripe for 2 free throws coming up for the Falcons. As he's not able to hit the first one, and this is kind of unusual for the Falcons as they come into this ballgame with a 72.8 free throw percentage, as they're not shooting particularly well from the free throw line. They're 3 of 5. They're usually a team that's able to knock down just about every single free throw that they get, as the second free throw is able to fall in, as that now cuts the Pacer lead to 3 with 11:45 left to go here in the first half. Parton passes over to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. 3-point shot off the mark. The Pacers are able to get a rebound, as it's going to be number 34, Josh Owens, who is only playing his second game of the season, trying to go up with a second chance opportunity. And he's going to miss the layup putback, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Or excuse me, it's going to be rebounded by the Falcons as they'll bring it up. And it'll be Bradshaw with it, driving in from the right side. And now Tyler Parton just got called for his third personal foul, so that puts the Pacers in foul trouble, one of their best scorers this season, as Parton's going to have to take a seat, and it's going to be number 35, 5'11" freshman guard Malachi Borders checking back in for the Pacers. As a 3-point shot is taken in the corner, as it was Darius Jackson applying the pressure, and he's going to be called for a foul, so that's just a great basketball IQ play by Sapp there to draw the contact, and now the Falcons will have 3 free throw opportunities coming up. And excuse me, it was Blanton that took the 3-point shot, so he's going to be the one stepping up to the free throw line for these 3 free throws. And the first one is off the mark, as they'll just roll over to the right side. Second free throw is up, and that one is able to fall in. That definitely hurts the Pacers offense a little bit, with Tyler Parton having to take a seat here with 11:17 left to go here in the first half with 3 personal fouls, as he's one of those big 3-point shooters that this Pacer team relies on for their offense, as Blanton's able to knock down the 3rd free throw, which cuts this Pacer lead down to 1. Borders with it right in front of us. He gives a handoff pass to Jalen Owens. Jalen Owens driving in from the right side. He'll step back. Now he switches court. Now he's driving into the center lane. Now going to the left side. He'll pull up, and his shot goes off the backboard but cannot fall in as the Falcons are trying to move the ball in transition. They just throw it out of bounds. And so the Pacers will get it back. That's now 6 turnovers for the Falcons, or made that 7, I should say, as the score sheet just updated in front of me. And that's usually a downfall for the Pacers that you've seen a lot this season. When they've been trying to move the ball in transition, they've been taking some wild passes. As Jalen Owens pulls up for a 3-point shot, he can't get it to fall in. Malachi Borders gets it back, and as he hands it off to Bo Bryant, they said Bo Bryant was on the line, so the ball will come back to the Falcons. But as I was mentioning, for this Pacer team, this Falcons team, they're going to want to move the ball fast. They're going to want to move the ball in transition. But if you can force them to take some bad passes and send the ball out of play, that's going to work out in your favor as they pull up for a 3-point shot. Can't get it to fall in, but they do get the rebound. It's going to be Bradshaw driving in from the right side. He's able to get the putback opportunity to fall in. Now the Falcons take a 15-14 lead with 10:05 left to play here in the first. Bryant just past the center court line. He'll drive from the left side. Ball takes a wild bounce, and the Falcons come up with a turnover. Now they're driving from the right side. It's going to be Bradshaw once again from the right side, same spot. This time he is called for, or this time he's able to draw a foul. And that is going to go against number 12, Jalen Owens, for his first personal. As Bradshaw will step up to the free throw line. .72 free throw percentage. This Falcon team really relies on a lot of their points to come from the charity stripe. So they're going to look to get you in foul trouble. They already have Tyler Parton sit on the bench with 3 personal fouls. And for Parton, you know he's itching to get back into this ballgame whenever that will allow. As Bradshaw is able to knock down both free throws. And that now gives the Falcons a 3-point lead, 17-14 with 9:40 left to play here in the first half. Malachi Borders driving in from the right side all alone. He now passes back out to Tyrell Jr., who has it. Tyrell Jr. will give it back to Borders. Borders will give it to Bryant. Bryant will give it back to Tyrell Jr. at the top of the key. Tyrell Jr. will pass over to the left side to Atwood. Atwood driving in from the left side. He'll pass to Borders in the corner. Borders driving in from the left side. He'll pass back out to Bryant. Bryant 3-point shot is up as the shot clock expires, cannot fall in. Falcons come up with it. Bradshaw, right side. He'll pass back up to the top of the key for Dudley, who just checked in. His 3-point shot is no good. Brady Dudley, a 6-foot sophomore guard. As now on the other side, Darius Jackson has it right in front of us. Driving it from the left side, now goes right up to the basket as it just rolls off, cannot fall in. Falcons moving the ball in transition as they pass it out. 3-point shot on the way, and that is good by Sapp, and he's able to get his first 3 points of the night. On the other side, Pacers moving the ball quickly down the floor. Cole Atwood, who was met up by 2 defenders, and the Falcons will be called for a foul. And that foul is going to go against Brady Dudley, who just checked in for his first personal of the night, or of the afternoon, I should say, 7th or 3rd team foul. Taquan Whitmore will check it out right in front of us. He passes into Darius Jackson, who hands it back off to Whitmore. Whitmore passes to the left to Bryant. Bryant had the ball deflection as it comes out of bounds right in front of us. And the possession is going to go to the Falcons. Dudley's going to check it out right in front of us. As actually a sub's going to be made. And there's going to be number 14, Nick Ruggiero, checking in. As Dudley will check out. And it's going to be Blanton bringing up the right side for the Falcons. Blanton passes out to Miles. Miles passes to the left side to Bradshaw. Bradshaw behind the back pass in a wide open corner. As it is going to be Ruggiero who knocks down a 3-point shot for the Falcons, and that now extends their lead to 9 with 8 minutes left to play here in the first. Whitmore Hands off to Atwood. Atwood to Bryant. Bryant looking for a man. He'll go inside the free throw line to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. will give it back to Bryant, who drives and he spins around. He's able to knock down the shot for the Pacers. That now cuts the lead to 7. On the other end, Falcons bring it up. Bradshaw goes down low to Miles. Miles spins around, puts the shot up, can't get it to fall in. Pacers come up with the rebound. Pacers now starting to speed up the transition. Bryant slows it down. Bryant to Tyrell Jr. Just inside the arc. Tyrell Jr. hands it off to Jackson. Jackson backs out. Passes it to Bryant right in front of us. Bryant moving inside the lane. Bryant met up by the defender. He spins around. His shot is off the back. Tyrell Jr. is at the right place at the right time. He's able to get the second chance opportunity to fall in. That now cuts the Falcons' lead to 5 with 7:05 left to play here in the first. Pacers doing a good job against second chance opportunity, which is something they've struggled with a lot all season, as Miles is able to get an easy layup on the right side. And that re-extends the Falcon lead to 7 with 6:47 left to play here in the first. Bryant, top of the key. He goes down low to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. gives it right back to Bryant. Bryant hands it off to Atwood. Atwood, top of the arc. He passes to Jackson. Jackson moving into the center of the lane. He passes out to Tyrell Jr. He hesitates, takes a three-point shot. Bang! It's good for Tyrell Jr. Made that a 4-point lead for the Falcons with 6:24 left to play in the first. Bradshaw, top of the key, driving right down the center of the lane. He loses it. Bryant comes up with it. 2-on-1 advantage for the Pacers. He passes off to Atwood at the last second, who couldn't hold on to it. But possession is going to remain with the Pacers, and with that, we will take a media timeout. Action has picked up here late in the first half with 6:11 left to play before the halftime mark. Your William Peace University Pacers trail the Pfeiffer Falcons by a score of 25-21. We'll be right back right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Oh, Graham, we don't have to say William Peace every time. Back here inside the Herm on the Pacers Sports Network, 6:11 left to play here in the first. Pacers trailing the Falcons by a score of 25-21 as they will get the ball here from the baseline. Bo Bryant checking it out. He'll pass out to Tyrell Jr. at the top of the key. Tyrell Jr. passes it to Whitmore for bounce pass. Whitmore thought about going up. Didn't like what he saw and got tripped up there, and it's going to be a turnover given to the Pacers. That's now their 10th turnover of the half. Whitmore's first personal turnover. Bradshaw bringing it up. Passes to the left side of Savy. Savy goes down low, and he'll find David, who is able to score once again for the Falcons. That puts the lead back up to 6. Whitmore, far side of the court. Moves over to the right side, hands off to Bryant. Bryant matched up by 2 defenders. He gives back to Whitmore in the corner. Whitmore struggling to find somebody. He passes out to Gupton. Gupton driving in the center of the lane as he tried to go to the left-hand corner where he had Jalen Owens wide open, but the ball got deflected out of bounds. It'll stay on this side of the court with the Pacers. And Coach Shield did not like what he saw as the Pacers were trying to take it out. And with that, we'll take a timeout with them. 5:28 to play here in the first. Falcons lead the Pacers 27-21. You're listening to Pacer basketball right here on the Pacer Sports Network. So off the Pacers' first timeout of the game, they will have the ball here as this will be Malachi Borders who just checked in. As he'll pass the ball out from the baseline as he gives it inside to Jalen Owens. A whistle is blown. It's going to be a foul called against the Falcons. It's going to be a reach-in foul that's going to go against number 1, Jerome Savy. That'll be his first personal. Borders trying to pass the ball in where he gives it to Tyrell Jr. and Tyrell Jr. just could not hold on to it, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to come right back to the Falcons. As number 22, Taylor Rowe has checked in for the Falcons. As the Pacers are able to come up with a turnover, and Smith Gupta is able to knock down a three-pointer for the Pacers. That cuts the lead to 3. 5:12 of the play here in the half. Falcons, they have it. They had a three-point opportunity. Instead, they drive in from the right side as it was Sapp who went up with it. Can't get the ball to fall in, but a foul is going to be called against, I believe it was Bo Bryant. We'll wait for the official call. No, it's going to be Donalo Tyrell Jr. That's going to be his second personal. Bo Bryant didn't like the call, but nonetheless, it will be 6-foot senior guard number 12, Craig Sapp, stepping up to the free throw line, and he misses the first free throw. The Falcons have been struggling at times to knock down their free throw shots. They've been splitting a lot of times from the charity stripe so far in this game. Let's see if they can capitalize on the second chance opportunity. They do. That now gives them a 4-point lead with 5:04 to play here in the half. Bryant bringing the ball up the floor for the Pacers. Atwood, three-point shot is up. No good, off the mark. Falcons come up with it. Savy bringing it up the floor. Thought about going coast to coast there. Instead, he passes out. As now it'll be Sapp with it. He'll pass out to the left side from the arc to Savvy. Savvy spin move, no good. Goes off his leg, and the ball is going to be coming back to the Pacers, as that is now the Falcons' 10th turnover of the game. So the Pacers are being scrappy on the defensive side, and it's working as they forced 10 turnovers so far against the Falcons. Bryant with it. Hands off to Owens. Owens' three-point shot is up, and it goes in and out, and the Falcons come up with it. That is going to be David bringing up the court with a full head of steam. He can't get it to go just a little bit too much. Gupton off the bounce pass to Borders. Borders pulls up, three-point shot off the mark as well. Falcons get it back. Both teams going back and forth here. As it will now be Simmons with it. Simmons, spin move, right side, goes under the basket, passes out to the corner, and the three-point shot is good by Sapp, as he now has 7. Or excuse me, that was Taylor Rowe with the three-point shot. That's his first 3 of the night. Bryant inside to Owens. Owens fakes the swing pass, passes out to Bryant. Bryant went for a three-point shot. It was deflected as the Falcons were able to get a hand on it. And now they will slow the ball down in transition as it'll be Rowe with it on the far side. And he'll pass over to the right side to Simmons. And a reach-in foul is going to be called, I believe, against Borders. And if that's the case, that's going to be Borders' first personal foul. As we'll wait for the official call when we come back. Media timeout on the floor. We'll be right back here. 3:19 left to play here in the half. Falcons leading the Pacers 31-24. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. This is WPU Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network. My name is Graham Hill. Thank you for joining us inside the Herm for this USA South Conference matinee between the Pfeiffer Falcons and your WPU Pacers. The Falcons currently have a 7-point lead with 3:19 to play here in the half. 31-24, as before the break it was number 35 Malachi Borders called for his first personal of the night, so that or of the day. So that is going to put number 5 Ty Simmons of the Falcons to the free throw line. Be sure to join me tonight right back here on the Pacers Sports Network as your WPU Lady Pacers take on the Averett Cougars in soccer. Kickoff for that is scheduled at 5 o'clock right here on the Pacers Sports Network. On the other end, Cole Atwood, three-point shot, in and out. Falcons come up with a rebound. Simmons now driving down the court as he is going to be brought down from behind. No foul called. Cole Atwood moved from behind the back. He passes to the right side of Jackson as Jackson tried to pop the ball out to Borders, but the ball is going to go out of bounds instead, and the Falcons are going to get it right back. That is Jackson's first turnover. 12 turnovers in total for the Pacers. 2:54 left to play here. Falcons have extended their lead to 8, 32-24 in total, as they'll take the ball out. As it'll be Rowe bringing it up. He'll hand it off to Simmons in the backcourt. Now Simmons bringing it up. He's matched up by Tyler Porter, who's checked back in with 3 personal fouls. He'll pass out to Rowe. Rowe at the top of the key. We'll give it back to Simmons. Simmons driving in the center of the lane. Ball is turned over. Pacers calls in the disruption. Jalen Owens with it right in front of us. He now drives in from the right side. He pulls up and it gets it to go in off the backboard. And now on the other end, the Falcons trying to move the ball up, as they had Dudley, who's checked back into the ball game as well. Or excuse me, that is number 33 Bird, and he's not able to hold on to it. So that's going to give the Falcons their 13th turnover, and that's going to give the ball back to the Pacers. Parton with it, far side of the court. He gets the screen from Josh Owens, who's playing his second game of the season, the center freshman for the Pacers, who has been struggling with a leg injury all season long, but was able to play his first game of the season this past Friday when the Pacers traveled on the road to take on the Falcons and suffered a 99-71 loss, as a foul was called against Jordan Bird of the Falcons. That's his first personal. Pacers off the inbound. Another foul called against the Falcons as they were trying to come up with a steal. That's going to go against number 4, Jamal David, for his first personal. Pacers will reset as they'll inbound the ball right in front of us. Parton with it. One-on-one defending. Now driving in. He'll go for a jump shot. Can't get it falling, but gets his own shot as he goes right back up with it. That goes in and out. So 2 missed opportunities there for Tyler Parton. Falcons with it. They go down low to Bird. Bird matched up by Owens, the 2 big men going after it, as Bird's shot's not able to fall in. Jalen Owens now bringing it up for the Pacers. Goes to the right side as that goes off the back of the backboard. Bird brings it down for the Falcons. 90 seconds left to play here in the first. Falcons driving in from the left side. It's going to be Simmons. Simmons got posted up. He now switches corners to the right side where a 3-point shot is taken by Sapp. That can't fall in. And as the ball was coming down, a foul was called, and that's going to go against number 24, Cole Atwood, for his second personal. .110 left to play here in the first. Falcons with a 32-26 lead over the Pacers. They look to add on to it with 2 free throw shots coming up from Bird. First shot in and out. That's been the story all day long for the Falcons from the charity stripe, as they've been having to settle a lot of times for one-and-ones. Second free throw coming up. That one is off the mark. And it'll be Josh Owens getting it for the Pacers. He'll give it to Malachi Borders. Borders right in front of us gets the screen by Josh Owens. Borders spin move inside the lane. Decide not to take the shot. Instead, he passes out to Jalen Owens. Jalen Owens gives it right back to Borders. Borders gets the screen from Josh Owens. He now gives it to Jalen Owens. Jalen Owens drives inside the lane. He's going to be tied up with Rowe. And the possession arrow is going to go to the Falcons. Just under a minute to play here inside the first. 47.1 left to play. 32-26 in favor of the Falcons as they have the ball here. As this will be the last offensive possession before the shot clock turns off. 40 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Simmons with it. Moves back up to about the half-court line. Now he drives in from the left side, goes right to the rim. He's able to get it to fall in. 25 seconds left to play here. Shot clock is off. Pacers are going to try to get the last shot. Josh Owens struggling to get the ball in. He gets it into Borders. Borders almost had the ball stolen from him. He gives it to Whitmore. Whitmore fakes the three-point shot, drives it for the left side, tries to draw contact, and does with 10 seconds left. And that's going to be a foul going against Craig Sapp of the Falcons for his first. That now makes a total of 17 fouls here in the first half for the Falcons. Taquan Whitmore, 7 up to the charity stripe. 2 free throws coming up. First one goes in and out. Pacers just 0-1 from the free throw line as Whitmore couldn't get either to fall in. And now with 5 seconds left on the other end, a turnover is going to go against the Falcons. The Pacers are 1-2 from the charity stripe. And so with 5.7 left to go here in the first, the Pacers once again have an opportunity to get the last shot of the half. 3 seconds to go. Owens has to put it up. He now goes inside to Bryant instead. And instead of just taking the three-point shot, the Pacers try to get a shot inside and couldn't get anything to go on the board. And at the end of the first half, the Pfeiffer Falcons lead your William Peace University Pacers by a score of 34-27. Your leading scores for the Pacers in the first half were Bo Bryant with 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three. And for the Falcons, the leading scorers for number 3, DJ Bradshear with 7 shots, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. When we come back, we'll have first half stats and more, along with second half action, as you're listening to WPU Men's Basketball on either GoPeacePacers.com or on WPU Athletics YouTube channel, presented by the Athletic Communications Department of William Peace University. We'll take a break here. Halftime is upon us inside the Herm, as you're listening to WPU Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network. You're listening to WPU Men's Basketball on GoPeacePacers.com. You're listening to WPU Men's Basketball on GoPeacePacers.com or on WPU Athletics YouTube channel presented by the Athletic Communications Department of William Peace University. Welcome back inside the Herm for today's USA South Conference matinee between the visiting Pfeiffer Falcons and your William Peace University Pacers. Halftime inside the Herm right now as the Falcons lead your Pacers by a score of 34-27. Let's break down some of the first half stats. For the Falcons, they're shooting 10 of 25 from the field, 4 of 12 from the three, 10 of 17 from the free throw line. They have racked up a total of 22 rebounds. They have 6 total assists, 6 total steals, 3 blocks, 7 personal fouls, and they have 14 turnovers. For your William Peace University Pacers, they are shooting 10 of 33 from the field, 6 of 19 from the three-point arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, as they have gotten 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 steals, 1 block, and 11 personal fouls, and they have 13 turnovers. The leading scorers for your Pacers right now, number 21, Bo Bryant, as he has 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three. Then you also have Donnelly Tyrell Jr. with 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And then you also have number 5, freshman guard, who has been a standout player all season long and a rising star within this WPU Pacers program, Tyler Parton, with 6 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the three-point arc, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Although the main story for the Pacers, Parton had to sit out early in this first half as he has 3 personal fouls. But so far the Pacers are right there in it with the Falcons, as are only down by 7, as the Pacers have been able to rack up 7 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds. As I mentioned, they have forced 14 turnovers to their 13. And they opened up with some heavy three-point shooting, as it was Tyler Parton knocking down back-to-back three-point shots for the Pacers, and they really stunned the Falcons just a little bit, and the Falcons were able to cut the lead and get back into this ball game and extend the lead, as their biggest lead of the night has been 9 points. That came with that 8-minute mark, as it was 23-14. And their last lead came with 5 seconds to go in the first half with 34-27. We'll take one more media timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action between the Pfeiffer Falcons, your WPU Pacers, right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Back here inside the Herm on the Pacers Sports Network, as we are all set for second half action between the Pfeiffer Falcons and your WPU Pacers, as the Pacers will have the ball to start the second half. Tyler Parton, who's getting the inbounds pass to start the half, as he has 3 personal fouls. This will be something to look out for the Pacers, as a whistle is. This could finish to be a great game, as Jalen Owens with a nice one-hand drop-off, as he went right up to the rim with it, was able to score, and now that cuts the Falcons' lead to 6. And this is the closest the margin has been within the lead of the Falcons for a while. And the Pacers now looking to get a big defensive stop here. As now Donnelly Tyrell Jr. is going to check back in for number 24, Cole Atwood. Cole Atwood has really started to light up this second half as he now has 6 points in total, shooting 2 of 7 from the field. Falcons with it. That's going to be Bradshaw driving it. He's going to go up and under from the left side of the basket. Can't get it to fall in, but a foul is going to be called. And that's going to go against Darius Jackson for his first personal. Tyler Parton is back in this ballgame with 4 personal. And if you're Parton, if you're inside the lane and someone's driving and you just want to get out of the way and just let the Falcons get the easy bucket, because you cannot risk going in for contact and drawing another foul. As Brad Shear is able to knock down the first free throw. Second one coming up, and he knocks down both. First time in a while that either team has been perfect on their 2 free throw shots. But for the Falcons, they were able to re-extend their lead to 8 with 9:25 remaining here in this ball game. Parton with it, drives in from the left side, passes back out to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. drives in from the left side. He goes right to the basket, and he's able to score. That cuts the lead to 6. On the other end, Bradshaw kicks it out. Wide open is Sapp, who's not able to score the 3-point shot. Parton with it from the right side, hands off to Darius Jackson. Jackson passes in the corner to Parton. Parton was wide open, instead he drives in from the left side, and he's able to knock down the 2-point shooter as he fell to the ground. Tyler Parton now with 12 points in this ball game. Falcons switching court as they now drive in, as it was Hayth who went right to the basket and was not able to score. Ball falls out of bounds, and it's going to come back to the way of the Pacers. As Smith Gupton will check back in for Darius Jackson. Tyler Parton will bring it up for the Pacers. He is defended heavily by Bradshaw. Parton with it still. Bounce pass to the right side to Gupton. Gupton to Bryant. Bryant down low to Owens. Owens trying to pop the ball back out. He does not. Goes to the right side, pulls up with it, off the mark, gets his own miss. Goes right back up with it again. Can't get his second chance opportunity to fall in. Falcons come up with a rebound. It's now the Falcons pushing the offense. As Sapp loses his foot and it goes down to the ground, and oh, that's going to be interesting. They might have just called a foul on Tyler Parton. If that's the case, Parton just fouled out of this ball game. No, instead, it's going to be a foul against Jalen Owens for his second personal. And that's exactly what I was talking about. If you're in the situation of Tyler Parton, when you see someone driving to the basket and you're the only one left there to defend, you just let them get the free opportunity, as the Falcons only have a 4-point lead with 8:05 left to play here in this ball game. Tyler Parton does check out. Malachi Borders checks back in. Tyrell Jr. hands off to Jalen Owens. Jalen Owens to Malachi Borders. Borders to the left side, pass out to Jalen Owens. 3-point shot on the way, off the mark. But the Pacers get their own rebound. Malachi Borders is able to score on the second chance opportunity. Borders just got his first points of the night. Falcons with it. Simmons, top of the key, drives right down the lane, goes up between 2 defenders, and he is knocked down hard. As some extracurricular activity going on the court between the Pacers and the Bryant, between the Pacers and the Falcons. And with that, we're going to take a media timeout. 7:27 remaining in this ball game. The Pacers have cut within this Falcon lead to just make it a 2-point lead, 59-57 your score. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Kofi, who do you call the tech on? 21. Of us or?
I don't know, I just saw 21 tag. That ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the one.
I know he and the other guy were talking to each other. Yeah, that's probably going to be on him. Yeah, they don't even have a 21.
One guy was saying jumping jack and one guy was tripping. So.
A little extracurricular activity on the court. Oh well. Back here inside the Herm after the media timeout. Falcons leading only by 2 now, 59-57. Your score was 7:27. A technical foul was called against Bo Bryant during the media timeout, as Bo Bryant and Jamal David of the Falcons were discussing their weekend plans following this afternoon's game. And with that, it is going to be Simmons who is going to be taking the technical free throws. Simmons hit the ground hard before the media timeout. That's what kind of what escalated things between the two teams, as his Falcons teammates were trying to defend him. Nothing intentional by any means, but in a close ball game like this, especially when it's coming down to the wire, you can expect the temperature to heat up just a little bit on the floor, and that's just what that situation was. As Donald Lee Tyrell Jr. is going to check out, and number 24 Cole Atwood is going to check back in. Simmons knocks down both free throws. That extends the Falcon lead to 4 once again. Borders driving over to the right side. He hands off to Gupton. Gupton trying to move inside the lane. He now bounce passes it to Atwood. Atwood passes back out to Borders. 3-point shot on the way, off the mark. As it was Jalen Owens trying to go up for the rebound, but he had the big guy, Jamal David, at 6'6", on the mismatch. And he couldn't come up with a rebound, and instead, possession is going to go back to the Falcons. Bradshear bringing it up. He's guarded by Gupton. Bradshear moving over to the left side. Moves the players. Now moves back up to the center. Still guarded by Gupton. Bradshear with some impressive moves. He pops back out for a 3-point shot that's taken by Rowe. It cannot fall in, but the Falcons are able to come up with a rebound. And as Simmons was trying to drive in from the right side, a whistle was blown. And the officials are going to correct the shot clock. It should have been 16 on the mark, but it was 23. So 7 minutes remain in this ball game. 16 on the shot clock. As the Pacers come up with a steal, it's Bo Bryant all alone, and he's able to get the easy layup to fall in. That cuts the lead back down to 2. 61-59. Falcons with the ball. Handoff to Bradshear. Bradshear guarded by Gupton. Pacers playing a little zone defense. They pop it back out. 3-point shot on the way. It's way off on the attempt by Rowe. But on the second chance opportunity, the Falcons are able to score. And that extends the lead to 4 once again. And as the Pacers are trying to bring the ball up the court, Bradshear tried to get a deflection on it. He feels like it was last touched by the Pacers, but possession's going to remain with the Pacers instead. Bo Bryant taking it out for the Pacers, one of the leading scorers tonight, as Bryant has 14. Tyrell Jr. leading the way for your Pacers with 16 points. Jalen Owens passes to Bryant. Bryant, overhead pass down low to Atwood. Atwood, pass to Bryant. 3-point shot on the way, off the mark, as the Falcons just punched that one up, and they're able to come up with the rebound. David with it. Goes down low to Miles. Miles just out-bodying Bryant on that possession, and the Falcons are able to score. That extends their lead back up to 6 with 5.5 left to play here in this ball game. Bryant with it. He passes down low to Atwood. Atwood back to Gupton. Gupton, long two is up. No good. Atwood gets the rebound there. He passes out to Parton. Three-point shot on the way, off the mark. Atwood battling for another rebound. He can't come up with it. Falcons do instead. Falcons on the far side of the court. As is David with it. David loses his foot in as the Pacers come up with it, and it's going to be Jalen Owens who tries to go up for a dunk. Misses, and we have an injury timeout on the floor. And with that, we're going to take a timeout here. 65-59 in favor of the Falcons. 5:03 left to go in this ballgame. You're listening to WPU Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network. Thank you for joining us back here on the Pacers Sports Network inside the Herm. Obviously a very scary situation right now on the court. For the 6'6" senior guard, number 4, Jamal David from Clinton, Maryland, as he's being attended to by the medical staff. We won't go into details of how the injury happened or what kind of injury might have occurred, but just know, even though there's no fans inside the Herm already, it was dead silent in here just a minute ago as both teams came together for a pause and a moment to pay their respect to Jamal David, and we hope, again, the 6'6" senior guard out of Clinton, Maryland is okay. And play will resume here as the Pacers are at the free throw line. Jalen Owens was fouled as he tried to slam it home just before the timeout, and was fouled before he went up to the basket. And he knocks down both free throws. 4-point lead now for the Falcons, 65-61 left to go here, just under 5 minutes remaining in this ball game. As a foul is called, and it's going to be Ty Simmons stepping up to the free throw line for the Falcons. He knocks down the first one, Simmons now with 6 points. Bradshaw and Miles, the leading scorers for the Falcons right now. Bradshaw with 14, Miles with 13. As Simmons knocks down the second free throw, he now has a total of 7 points. 4:50 remaining in this ball game. Falcons lead it 67-61. Gupton, bounce pass down low to Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. back to Gupton. Gupton gets the pick for Tyrell Jr. Now they give it to Jalen Owens, who drives all the way to the basket from the left side with a full head of steam. Can't get it to go in, just a little too much on that attempt. On the other end, though, the Falcons draw a turnover. And then on the other side, the Pacers draw a turnover as Owens tried to go behind the back with his dribbling. It went off his back foot and goes out of bounds. So the Falcons will get it right back with 4:20 remaining in the ball game. 67-61, your score in favor of the Falcons as they try to extend it, as Simmons tried to go up to the basket and had the ball stripped away before it could go out, or before it could go in. So it's going to be an out of bounds against the Pacers. As number 10, Darius Jackson, will check back in for number 12, Jalen Owens. And the Falcons will get ready to take the ball out from the baseline. Simmons will take the ball out. He's guarded by Tyler Parton. Simmons just passes it into the backcourt where Haith will take over and reset. Pacer bench starting to get into it. They need a defensive stop here with 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. And the Falcons missed the attempt, and as the ball was getting ready to go out of bounds, Darius Jackson tried to save it, but instead might have been better off just letting it roll out of bounds. As the Falcons, I believe, will get the ball back, but not before we take a media timeout here. 67-61, your score with exactly 4 minutes remaining in this ball game. Falcons with the lead. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back on the Pacer Sports Network inside the Herm as we're closing in to the final minutes of this USA South Conference matchup between the Pfeiffer Falcons and your WPU Pacers. The Falcons currently leading your Pacers by 6. Your score is 67-61. As we are coming down to the wire here in this ball game, as the Falcons do have the ball. Off the baseline's pass. Simmons, three-point shot in the corner. It's good. And that extends the lead back to 9 for the Falcons. Simmons now with 10 points in the ball game. Parton with it. He passes over to the left side of Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. directing the play. Tyrell Jr. passes over to the right side to Bo Bryant, who pulls up. Three-point shot is good for Bryant. And the Pacers are able to answer once again. And now, head coach of the Falcons, Peter Shuck, will call a timeout to talk things over. And with that, we'll take another timeout as the Pacers have now come to this lead to only make it a 6-point lead for the Falcons. 70-64, 3.5 left to go in this ball game. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. Off the Falcons timeout, we were back here on the Pacers Sports Network. We're just under 3.5 remaining in this ballgame. The Falcons lead 70-64 as they will get the ball, as it'll be Bradshaw bringing it up the court. He's defended by Gupton. Pacers in his own defense. And they'll pass out to Simmons, who just knocked down a previous three-point shot on the previous offensive possession for the Falcons, and he does once again. Simmons now with 13. Pacers with it. Gupton, top of the key. Rolls out to the right side, hands off to Parton. Parton, right side, top of the key. He now moves over to the center. Passes over to the left side of Tyrell Jr. Tyrell Jr. try to get a bounce pass to Bryant. It's deflected. Falcons come up with it, and they're going to try to run some clock off. 2:45 remaining in the ball game. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miles just in front of the basket. Can't get the short layup attempt to fall in. Pacers come up with a rebound. Parton, right side of the court. Drives in. Passes out to Gupton. Gupton, three-point shot on the way. Bang! It's good for the Pacers. And that cuts the lead to 6. And now it's going to be Coach Shields who's going to call a timeout to talk things over. It's a shootout once again. Buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be a fun one to close us out. 2:27 remain in the ball game. Falcons lead 73-67. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Oh, come on, boys. I told you before this game the Pacers are going to have to come out and play with some high energy, and they have done just that. They are shooting 25 of 62 from the field, 12 of 35 from behind the arc. That doesn't look too good on paper, but the Pacers are only trailing by 6 here with 2:26 remaining in this ball game, and they have been shooting really well from the three-point arc, in my perspective, as Smith Gupton just knocked down a crucial three-point shot before the Pacers' last timeout to match the Falcons' previous three-point make, as the Falcons come up empty-handed on their next offensive possession. And now the Pacers have a chance to cut this lead within 5. Tyler Parton finds a lane, drives over to the right side. Taylor Jr. is able to just lay it in from the left side. And now the Pacers only trailing by 4 with 1:45 left to go in this ball game. Pacers have to get a defensive stop here on this Falcons possession. Simmons drives right to the basket up the left side, a little too strong. Pacers come up with the rebound. Bo Bryant is wrapped up, and he'll just practice his layup on the basket right in front of us, as that puts the Pacers in the bonus. And Bo Bryant will step up to the free throw line. Foul going against Dorian Miles of the Falcons. That's his third personal. Some clutch free throws coming up here for number 21, Bo Bryant. He has 17 points in this ball game. He's currently 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Both teams been struggling all night from the free throw line. The Pacers are shooting 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. The Falcons shooting 18 of 26. Bryant knocks down the first free throw. Bryant knocks down both. So with just over 1.5 minutes left to go here, Pacers trail by 2. Pacers trying to get a turnover. They're forcing the Falcons a little bit into the backcourt. They have to reset. The Pacer bench getting into it. And it goes off the leg of Rowe, and possession's going to be coming right back to the Pacers. Just under 90 seconds left to play here in this ball game. Pacers have a chance to take a lead for the first time this afternoon, or for the first time in a while, I should say. Tyler Parton with it. 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Pacers trail by 2. 73-71 your score. Bryant looking for something. 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Tyrell Jr. all alone. Oh, can't get the basket to fall in. Falcons come up with it. Tough break there for the Pacers, but there's still plenty of opportunity. There's still plenty of time left. Pacers just have to get a defensive stop here. This is coming down to the wire. 35 seconds remaining. Pacers defense really into this ball game. Three-point shot, Rowe had it, thought he was going to take a three-point shot. Instead, he tried to drive in. Three-point shot now coming from Simmons, and he knocks that down with 24 seconds. Pacers aren't going to call a timeout. Instead, they're going to go right to it. Parton tried to hand it off to Tyrell Jr., which causes a turnover, and the Falcons can just dribble this one out if they want to. And now finally Bo Bryant will foul Haith as he went up to the basket. As that'll be Bo Bryant's first personal this afternoon. 19th team foul. Just a tough break there for the Pacers. You couldn't have set that play up any better than you had wanted to. Tyrell Jr. just a little too much behind that putback as he was left wide alone. He was left all alone at the basket as Haith did miss the free throw, and the Falcons foul immediately. But really just a tough break for the Pacers there on that last offensive possession as they had a chance to tie the ball game up. And on the other end, Falcons make them pay. Off the three-point shot by Simmons, who now has 16, as Parton misses the first free throw with 6 seconds remaining in the ball game. Pacers trailing by 5. Second free throw is a miss as well. Falcons come up with it. Ball's on the floor. Team's trying to come up with it. And at the buzzer, as Tyler Parton did knock it down from half court, they are going to count it. But it's not good enough as the Falcons are able to come up with a 76-74 win. They now improve to an overall record of 5-2, both overall and the USA South Conference play. The Pacers dropped to 2-10 overall for the season, 1-9 in USA South play. And this is supposed to be the last regular season meeting between these two teams. Pfeiffer has 2 more games remaining. This was supposed to be the final regular season game for the Pacers. They're still looking to schedule some more opponents, and we're hoping that they can, just so this team can just have more of a season. The final stats for this ball game: the Falcons shooting 25 of 54 from the field at 44%, 10 of 22 from the three-point line at 45%, 18 of 27 from the free throw line at 67%, as the Falcons were able to pick up 40 rebounds, 14 total assists, 11 steals, 4 blocks. They picked up 17 fouls, 24 turnovers. And for your Pacers, they shot 27 of 65 at 41% from the field, 13 of 36 from behind the three-point arc at 36%, 7 of 12 from the free throw line at 58%. They were able to grab a total of 32 rebounds, 13 total assists, 12 steals, 3 blocks, 20 team fouls, and 20 turnovers. And with that, the Piper Falcons are able to escape Herman Gymnasium with a 2-point win. Your final score once again, the Piper Falcons 76, your WPU Pacers 74. For all updates and more, please check out GoPeacePacers.com. And be sure to join us right back here at 5 o'clock as the Lady Pacers will take on Averett College in women's soccer. I'll be on the call for that one. But that'll do it here for this USA South Conference matinee. Your final score once again, the Falcons 76, the Pacers 74. You've listened to WPU Men's Basketball on GoPeacePacers.com or on WPU Athletics YouTube channel presented by the Athletics Communications Department of William Peace University. For Graham Hill, I'm signing off. Thank you for joining us on the Pacers Sports Network.